Alright folks, welcome back. It's been a little nutty. No videos. It's April 2nd. It's about 6:45 p.m. I just dumped what I'm probably going to call load number 45 of manure. As you can see, I don't have much to go, maybe 10 loads. I got to hit the north though too, the north headlands. There's probably room for another 20 loads out here, so I've done what I could here the last 3-4 days intermittently. I've had a lot of other stuff to take care of here these days, including a lot of complications as we all are experiencing these days. The list goes on and on, but where I saw fit, and my oh my, does what a 4 or 5 days, what a change makes, huh? Believe it or not, this field is still, it's acceptable for spreading on. The last few days though, towards the late afternoon, I kind of had to stay out of here because things were getting real bad and getting real slimy. Now, as you're about to see, I'm absolutely destroying the beginning entrance of this field. I think it's a small price to pay for continuing to move forward. I'm not going to use the words get ahead, but to move forward. So yeah, the front entrance is pretty nasty, but other than that, things are okay. I do got to stay away from the immediate south here, and yeah, there's been a hell of a lot of manure packed down. I better close this up here. There we go. This is nothing coming through empty, but when you come through full, boy oh boy, you better be ready to go up a gear. In some cases down a gear, you know how that works. Making a pretty big mess, basically, of the farm, the yards, the driveway, this road. But it's that time of year. I didn't go anywhere this week. I've been home the whole time, but I've had a lot of dealings. That and just trying to keep busy. I failed you on some videos. There's a lot going on right now. A lot of decision makings. A lot of there's a culvert right here that's sinking in. We've had a hell of a lot of runoff. Hit that at 15 miles an hour. You're going for a ride. A lot of decision making, a lot of changing, a lot of adapting has been going on right now. Number one, I was going to ship some cattle. It was supposed to be yesterday to go down to the UPI sale in St. Louis, Michigan. I opted not to. The markets, I don't even want to talk about them. Next week's Waukon sale that I was going to ship some cattle to, feeder calves, Waukon, Iowa. Now that sale isn't canceled. But the group that I belong to up here, Cattlemen's Group, has decided to cancel shipping any over there because there's a lot of people kind of pulling back right now because of the markets and some other stuff, and everything's just an absolute train wreck. But I don't have to tell you that, you're living it as well. I've got problems and issues with my work off the farm due to what we're dealing with right now. Nothing different than anything else. So I'm obviously home all this week, and I'm most likely home all next week, and we'll go from there. You do what you can do. Try and make the best decisions that you can with the information that's in front of you, and keep moving forward. That's about 2 cents worth of information. For some people, it's probably worth about $1 million if you follow it. I've got some other things to say right now, but this is not the time to be doing it. We're going to park this thing. We're going to take a little break. I'm going to show you something. Yeah, let's shut the old girl down for a bit. Oh, good Lord Almighty. Son of a gun. Yeah, everything's just a mess. Look at this crap. It's nothing different than any other year, though. The drive itself is actually holding up quite nice compared to other years. The reason being is because of our frost line. Our frost line didn't go down very deep this year because we didn't get that deep freeze before that almost 3 feet of snow that we got right after Thanksgiving, which has caused a lot of problems for a lot of people. My heart goes out to them. Right now it's proven to be pretty fair for us right now. The fact that I've shipped out 45 loads of manure already on April 2nd is unthinkable. Unthinkable. But yeah, we got quite the mess here. I tell you what though, the old sun shines on a dog's behind once in a while, and it's shining on ours. We've had pretty damn good weather, but we've been lacking sun. In fact, no sun whatsoever until today. It's been full sun since about probably 7:30 this morning. It has helped out significantly. My last video I think was on Saturday. If you've seen that compared to now, in fact I'm probably going to look at it myself. It's just a completely different world. The ground is accepting a lot of this water as well, the melting, and it's because of the frost did not go down too much this winter because of what I've already stated. All right, now I'm not going to tell you I've been bored. There's always lots to do, but I've been a little limited during parts of the day, especially in the evenings the last few days, because it's been really slimy. You'll do more damage than good if you keep going on some things. So anyway, I did a small amount of research, looked at a couple different ideas and everything else, and some of you are laughing, and that's fine. Some of you are hopefully saying, wow, hey, that'll work. This is a do-it-yourself homemade cattle scratch post. Will it last long? I don't know. We're gonna find out. I did it right. It's a 6 by 6 inch, 8-foot treated. I got marks here for a, this is 2.5 foot. By God, it needs to go in at least that. In fact, I might be playing a fool out of myself. Maybe it should have been 10 footers, so it could have went in the ground 4 feet. We'll find out. I would have liked to have seen these a heck of a lot cheaper, but it's a good quality product. These things are extremely durable. I put an order in for these. In fact, I had them 2 days later. I got boxes of them because I plan on building 4 of these. Actually, I built 5. 4 of them for me in this farm for the cattle. I gave one to Dad for him to use for his horses, and I do have some extra material left. I'm gonna make a couple and see if they're sellable. I don't know. Maybe this is just a plain old joke and a little bit funny. I don't think so. I think it's gonna work. You know, it comes with the other day. Like I said, I have been busy, but I've had some time. One of the things I allowed myself to think about here the other day is this you know, this summer coming up, and I put there's a lot coming up, but I put my simple little mind towards the cattle grazing operation. Should I start on thirds, quarters, cow comfort? What can I do for these cattle a little bit? Well, right now I got some time, so I'm building these things. I'm going to set 4 of those out. 2 of them are going to go in the yard. One's going to go in the lot, and one's going to go on the behind the barn piece of property, because at certain times of the year they end up spending, because there's two properties back there, they end up spending sometimes 8 days back there. So that's kind of what I came up with for a scratching post, rubbing post, whatever the hell you want to call it. We'll see what the bulls do to it, or just the cattle in general. I think they're going to hold up. We'll see. The other thing I came up with is I need to put an order in for, I'm going to be hanging a rope style oiler for fly control in the grand entrance to the pasture paddock system. I need to put the order in. I think I'm going to get probably about 20 feet worth of the hanging, I'm going to call it the hanging rope. I'm probably going to put some big 6x6s up on the grand entrance and have some hangers on there, and for a little bit of fly control this year. Just needs to be done. So yeah, I'm just kind of minding my business here, minding my P's and Q's, staying busy. I'm spreading manure everywhere where I can. I'd have to say that as big as a dent as I put in the cow yard, I'm only a third completed. I got a long ways to go, but hey, it's manure. I've got a lot of properties I can put it on. It just takes a little bit of time. But things are going good. The spreader's holding up absolutely fantastic. I tell you, everything's dirtier than hell, but I mean, what the hell do you expect here? We're spreading manure, for God's sakes, running through a bunch of mud and all that other stuff. You can't be perfect. I don't care how careful you are with your garbage, net wrap, and everything else. You're going to get some, and of course, this will tell you. This will tell you when you have some left over. We do a pretty damn good job here cleaning up trash, garbage, net wrap, film wrap, everything else, but I'd have to say that's pretty stinking good for about 45 loads of manure out of the entire cow yard where they've been all winter. But I've yet to hit some heavier packing areas where I did a lot of feeding. We'll just see what happens. But yeah, kind of look at the disaster here. And then of course all these sod piles. This was from snow removal before the ground was, of course, frozen when we got all that snow. This is what happens. I don't care who you are, how good you are, it's going to happen. Period. End damn story. So, you sure it's not Hey Fred Friday right now? It sure feels like it. Hey Fred Friday. It's pretty damn catchy. Yeah, a lot of adapting to a lot of the country's, the world's changes right now. One of them is shipping cattle. That just can't be done right now. Here's the thing though. As far as I see it, I've got about 3 more legitimate feeder sales that I can properly hit that's within my means. So we've regrouped. We're going after the 3rd Wednesday feeder sale of the month of April in Waukon, Iowa. Whatever I have left over is all getting shipped to the UPI St. Louis barn, St. Louis, Michigan, the following week. It's go time. This farm needs a paycheck. Ain't getting by my looks. And that male dancing I started a few Saturday nights ago, it could be a lot better. That's getting kind of old. That's not even funny anymore. I got to clean that lot out. I need some time. I'd like to get those heifers in there. I do plan on custom raising Holstein heifers again. And there's been a lot of changes in adapting with other areas in life right now too. But we're all going through it. It's just a matter of keeping on going forward. Make the best decisions that you can. That's all I got. Getting a little tired of this shit. Before too long, I'll be able to properly hook up to this thing here without wrecking the damn yard. That needs to be maintenance and rebuilt. I got all the parts and pieces for it. I need to talk to my local mechanic who also works on a plethora of farm equipment. I need to see if he would accept this culti-mulcher. Obviously, if you keep up with the channels, you know I kind of lost an important piece later in the year, this past year, working that new property. Of course, that's got to get rehabbed. And while I'm at it, this piece of equipment deserves a good run through, and I'm going to have to just say all bearings on everything. I'd like to pick up maybe about a 10 more of the tines, drags, whatever you want to call them, tooth, spring tooth, just to keep this girl updated. She ain't gonna win any awards in prettiness, but neither have I. I added some new ones on last year, as you can see. I also added on about 10 or 12 scrapers. It could use probably about another 10 or a dozen of them. Keeping up with replacements. That's all I got, folks. Been busy, been trying to keep busy. Getting ahead, there's that word again, going forward. We've been blessed with some unbelievable weather here. The year is so dramatically early for us right now. Hopefully this continues, and hopefully Mother Nature is on our side. And I see a bunker buster of a year this year if this continues. We need it. I don't know about the rest of you, but the last 3 years has been, we're just going to say, a little bit mediocre. We need a bunker buster of a year. Especially with this trickle-down effect that's going to come with what we're going through right now. I see the writing on the wall. I'm not one to spread crap. So I'm not going to give you a rumor. I'm going to give you a fact. The dairy farmers around here, starting Sunday morning, are to dump 20% of their bulk tank. You think about that for a little bit. 20%. 20% of their bulk tank. Open the drain, let her drain out. And right now they're suffering with about 13 and a half, 13 and 3/4, somewhere around there per 100. I see the writing on the wall. Thank God we're all good looking and they still make cheap beer, I guess, eh? This beautiful weather has also caused, though, a lot of disgustingness here. Disgustingness, there's a good word for you. These feeder cattle or feeder calves are dirty and a bunch of pigs. They are now all on grain. They're all trained. They're all coming through the headlocks. I need to put out 3, 4, 5 bales of fodder and questionable straw that I baled last year. They need a little update and a place to lay down here that's suitable. As you can see, they got started on corn silage. Anybody with a comment right now with the condition of this yard, yeah, you need to take it easy. All right, this is the nature of the beast up here in the spring. I started them on corn silage was it Friday or Saturday last week, and they're doing really good on it. And it's an effort to help out with the feed, the lack of feed. Things are getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Hey, old girl. You fat little pig. Oh, I moved a little too quick. I'm sorry about that. You little pig, you. That's one of the oldest, that's one of the youngest born, oldest heifers from, there was a calf last year. So she's quite a bit bigger. But, that's about it. Just checking in, saying hello. That's about it. I said this last video, I'm going to say it this video here, and I'm going to mean it. We're going to do a video or two a day starting tomorrow. And I can promise you we're going to have a Hey Fred Friday video tomorrow. I can guarantee you that. And we're going to try and have a little bit of upbeat fun here these days, which is highly needed. Go from there. Hope everybody's doing okay. I hope you're doing the right thing. I hope you're staying safe and everything else. A lot of things that you're supposed to do right now. And I hope life is moving a little bit forward for you. I really do, because I know in a lot of cases it's come to a complete stop for a lot of people. And it'll be over sooner than later. But then it's going to be time to regroup. Regroup. And all you people that have been on the couches for years anyway, cashing checks, you need to get off that damn couch and help out a little bit. That's how you can help this country a little bit. And now I need to stop. Folks, have a good evening. I hope you're okay. Stay tuned. We're going to put some videos on and make this life a little bit fun. And all is well. Talk to you sooner than later.